back through the Citadel relay
Hurry up.
into dark space, sealing
Or
it
at least get to a
behind them.
checkpoint.
All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been
Well, I
wiped
just
away.
changed my,
Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind.
I did
abandoned.
create a class.
Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought.
I have
The indoctrinated soon
anywhere but
starved or
here
died of
as an
exposure.
elixir.
The genocide of the
Head
Protheans
scan.
was complete.
Always done swiftly. And aftertaste.
I don't understand.
Those are good
And I
picks.
have,
Girls with certain
and I have
mindless husks.
in the machines.
What do the Reapers get out of
Time
this?
slip.
Why do they keep repeating
Is
this
my
pattern of
Gandu.
genocide over and
Ra's
over?
wolf bite.
The Reapers
Zeus
are
is
alien,
the stronghold.
unknowable.
Stone
Perhaps they need
cold
slaves or
stronghold.
resources. More
And
likely
my
they are
modifier
driven
is
by motives and
Odin
goals
is
organic
quick
beings
revive.
cannot hope to comprehend.
Alright.
Let me create my
In the
class
end,
right quick.
What does it matter? Your survival depends
Yeah,
on stopping them.
Herman, may I make a
not in
suggestion?
understanding them.
Yeah.
In your elixirs, do you have a common called Temporal Gift?
You said you brought me here for a reason.
Should be a
Tell me what I
classic,
need
I'm
to
sorry.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attack,
I do.
we Protheans were on the cusp of
Run
unlocking
that.
mysteries behind mass
I
relay
actually have
technology.
it running. I'm actually running it right now.
Milos
The
was a
reason I
top-secret
say that is
facility.
because
Here,
we need to
researchers work
coordinate
create a
this,
small-scale
but if you
version of
drink
a mass
that,
relay.
and then I
One
drink
that
an
linked
immolation
directly to the
liquidation,
Citadel, the
we can get
hub
a
of the
60-second
relay
fire
network.
sale.
Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind.
It is a backdoor
Yeah,
into the Citadel.
I'm
So wait,
running
but-
immolation, Killjoy, spawn and insta-kill. Anywhere but here,
How did you manage to stay
and
hidden?
nowhere
All
but
official
there.
records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came
My
crashing
perks,
down,
I'm running Dying
Milos was
Wish,
there.
Stamina Up, Bandolier
We severed
Bandit,
all communication
and
with
in
the
my
outside,
pro spot,
and our
Quick
facility
Revive.
went dark.
My special
The
weapon, I'm
personnel
using the
retreated
Scepter of
underground
Ra
into
because I
these
can use it to
archives.
revive teammates.
To conserve resources,
My starting weapon
everyone
is
was
the
put into
Essex Model
cryogenic
7, the
stasis.
lever action
I was
rifle.
programmed to monitor the facility.
And for equipment,
wait for
I'm
steps.
using.
My
Jetpack.
my
But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
You should have fought.
We were a few hundred against a galactic invasion fleet. Our only hope was to remain undetected. I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
Aren't they under the influence of the Reapers?
The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Saren can use the conduit to bypass all the Citadel's external defenses.
Correct. And once inside, he can transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit, follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secret? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle, working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vermeer? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations. Perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
Shepard, are you sure? Who knows how much longer Vigil will be here? Even now the projection is weak. This might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans. It is the opportunity of a lifetime.
It might know something useful.
I will provide whatever information I can. My data banks, however, are limited to information directly related to stopping the Reaper invasion.
I've got the file. Come on.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
We're done here.